Sleaze right now, presented by McDonald's. Best part about working at McDonald's is the people.
This story will not go away. Chester Bennington's mom feels betrayed by Linkin Park's comeback with the new lead singer, Emily Armstrong. She says it's really trying very hard to erase the past. She explained that she discovered this on Google. And she remembers Mike Shinoda telling her 2 years ago he promised to keep the family in the loop with whatever would happen. The fact that he didn't call her and talk to her about this and she had to find it, just by going through Google. What?
Fram, I called this. I called it. Remember I said how I think that Shinoda just got sneaky and was just going to do it and hope for forgiveness. And I said, I bet you the mom knows nothing about it.
She's so upset.
Yeah.
I feel, quote, I feel like they're trying very hard to erase the past. She had a very long statement, but in the end she said, don't put her out there to sing Chester songs and then act like this was always the way it should have been. It's like making him go away. And then she went on and on about this and very upset and feeling like betrayed. I get it.
Yeah.
All right, another resurfaced video in this whole Diddy debacle. This is from 2011, okay? This is from a party. Does Diddy imply that he and Usher used to sleep together?
Dude.
Also raising eyebrows about why Usher wiped out his ex account. Check this out.
And listen how he grabs his words and what you think he's about to say, and he changes it. Listen.
That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, pause, but like, check this out. Back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the Frosted Flakes because he used to always get up early with me. Now he's one of the richest songs in the world. And
They used to wake up and wrestle in the bed, is what I think he was.
I think that's what he said. Whew. Well, all his social media accounts were wiped out. He is saying he was hacked. But Barnes, there's another interview. Do you remember when he was on with Howard Stern when Usher was on? He talked about the pretty wild experience living and working with Diddy and that curious things happened. Quote, I went there to see the lifestyle and I saw it, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild. It was crazy. There were very curious things taking place and I didn't necessarily understand it. And then Howard Stern said, well, you're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to a puffy camp? And he's like, hell no.
But you have all these record labels now with their very high up executives now are all either retiring or resigning or getting out, and they're all saying they're in the public. These people are saying he learned it from all these guys, like all these big time iconic record people. That's how he learned how to do all of this stuff. So I wonder if they're like J-Lo, who went off and disappeared for a month.
I know.
Everyone's worried they're going to get pulled into it.
Everyone is freaking out. Perry Farrell's wife says that Perry is seeking help after that huge onstage fight with Dave Navarro. Eddie has been on social media sort of giving updates, revealing he's already made appointments with a neurologist. He has, some sort of a condition that really affects and focuses on ear, nose, and throat conditions. So we'll see what happens.
Not to pile it on Perry Farrell, we were talking off mic, and I had mentioned he is definitely, if I had a list of the top 5 not fun rock stars to interview, he's definitely in the top 3.
What, Perry?
Yeah.
Doesn't give a lot. Navarro was always great, I thought. No?
When they're all together, don't you remember we were backstage, I think, at Lakewood years ago, and they were just impossible. Like, they just want to be smartasses and not funny smartasses. They didn't want to do the interview anyway, but they want us to play their music.
Yes.
It's like they're not one of the ones that, get it.
That was always sad whenever you're so excited about interviewing a band and then they don't come to play.
They don't come to play, and they're, womp.
Celebrity news. I don't know if you saw this. Matt LeBlanc has his Friends co-stars worried after seeing him disheveled. They're saying it's just plain sad. Are you seeing this story?
Yeah, I saw it.
I guess they're all reaching out, trying to help. I don't know. It seems like he's become a recluse.
They said
that he looks really disheveled. I don't know. Maybe he's taking all of this news about Matthew really hard. I don't know.
Yeah, he's just trying to deal with it.
The friends are trying to be friends, though, which is great.
It's going to hit everyone differently.
Hayden Panettiere is talking about her brother's sudden death for the very first time. She lost her brother in 2023. She talked to People magazine about it for the first time in kind of a heartbreaking interview.
Losing my little brother, there's nothing like, he was my only sibling, and he was my younger sibling, and it was my job to protect him. And when I lost him, I felt like I lost half of my soul. I remember just saying to somebody, and it hadn't even been a year, and I was like, don't ever expect me to get over the loss of him, because no matter how many years go by, he will always be beside me, and it will always be, I will always be heartbroken about it. I will never be able to get over it.
That's really sad because she's been through so much already.
Didn't she go through a lot of postpartum depression problems
she
also?
Did.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've mentioned this before. My one thing with her is we were next door neighbors in the trailer during Remember the Titans, filming Remember the Titans. And she was a little girl, and just the sweetest little girl, and so talented.
And I remember I met her briefly when she was doing the TV show Nashville.
I bet, yeah.
Wow. Finally, this is another sad story. Michael Madsen filing for a restraining order amid a divorce from his wife after 28 years of marriage. He alleged that his wife drove their son Hudson to die by suicide in January of 2022. Yeah, he had been married for 28 years, now requesting a domestic violence prevention restraining order. This is a really, really sad story. I guess their son Luke, 18, is listed in the filing under other protected people. They married in April of 96, sharing a son, Calvin, 27, together. Their 26-year-old son, Hudson, died by suicide in 2022.
What a brutal last dagger to throw. It's your fault our son committed suicide. I want a divorce. Woo.
Yeah, that story has been ongoing. That is your Celebrity Sleaze.